I want to show you my number one formula for getting at least 2 high-ticket clients every week. And spoiler alert, it doesn't involve scammy sales tactics or clickbait video titles. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I'll also show you how a simple front-end offer can translate into high-ticket sales for your business. I'm going to show you today how you can create a scalable and predictable system that works like clockwork to generate leads and to send them all the way to your high ticket programs. And this is the same system that I use to enroll clients every single month into my high ticket program on Evergreen without having to live in the feast or famine or hamster wheel launch lifestyle. So whether you already have a high ticket program that you want to streamline and scale and want to learn how to sell it on autopilot, or if you've never created a high-ticket program and you're starting from scratch, this video will be really helpful for you. I created this because this was the solution that I wish I had years ago when I was hustling and burning out just trying to stay afloat. I was trying to figure out, how do I make a course or a coaching program and get people enrolling in it all the time? You know, the build it and they will come, that isn't exactly accurate, is it? You need some kind of marketing behind it, but the launch hamster wheel or posting randomly on social media isn't a strategy. I've been working with many clients who were just trying to do a webinar every week, like most marketing experts suggest, but doing the math, I was like, okay, how many of these webinars do you have to do, which is kind of a lot of work, just to sell a course for $9.97? And then how many of those do you have to actually sell to actually make $1 million after you break even from all the money that you have to dump into ad spend? I don't know if I like that math. What if instead we created a system that doesn't require you to pay for ads, doesn't require you to show up every week for a webinar, and shows you how to scale a high ticket price point of $5,000 to $20,000. I want to show you exactly how I figured this out because I certainly didn't start my business with this Hello to High Ticket system already in place, but after I implement it, we made $175,000 in 1 month, followed by consistent $100,000 months, month after month, after living in this launch to launch lifestyle. And honestly, the Hello to High Ticket system, I built from a place of pure frustration. I was living launch to launch, feast or famine. I was trying to do those webinars every week, which is exhausting. I had these like cold outreach templates to send messages to people, but I don't know, sliding into someone's DMs just feels awkward to do this small talk and then try to get them on a sales call, and then sales calls. Oh gosh, I could be on sales calls all day and then have to work into the evening to get my work done. Have you ever had that where you're working so much in the business that you can't work on the business? Let me know in the comments below. I knew that if I wanted to make the impact and profit that I knew I was capable of, I just needed a system that was replicable, predictable, and could serve my clients at the highest level without spreading myself too thin. So at this time, we had a high ticket offer in place, and we were relying on that, thinking that high ticket is the way to grow the business the fastest. But because we didn't have our 7-figure cash flow design, we were stuck in this feast or famine mode, where some months were amazing if we closed a new client, and other months could be devastating if we didn't. And I don't know if you've ever been here, but some months I was just up all night with anxiety, worrying about where the next money would come from, or if I would have to lay off my employees. Have you ever had to do that? It is an awful feeling. And I've had to do that before, and I knew I never wanted to be in that position again. So then I kept hearing this word floating around Russell Brunson's inner circle: challenges. And it seemed to be this buzzword. One woman was like selling out copies of her book and becoming a bestseller through her challenge. Or one guy sold out his coaching program and said he was going to take the rest of the year off because he hit his revenue numbers so quickly. Then all of a sudden I was like on a mission to find out, what the heck is this challenge? What's making them so successful? So I started funnel hacking. We've all basically done it. It's like a rite of passage for entrepreneurs. I started studying what other people were doing in their challenges. So I learned that a challenge is basically a course that teaches and gives an audience a task every day for a given time period. But I found that there was a lot of variability in people's challenges. Like some people did 5 days, some people did 21, some people did free, some people did paid, and it seemed to have really great engagement and be a great way to build an audience. So my team and I put together this challenge. And I pretty much just took like a piece of my high ticket service that was really valuable and broke it down into these 21 days of teaching and showing them how they could implement it themselves. And it was a hit. Like, we were really proud of it. People were like wearing our t-shirts. We had testimonials flying in left and right. And I was like on top of the world. But I didn't know what I didn't know. I didn't know it at the time, but I totally dropped the ball at the end. I probably left over $100,000 on the table. I gave them so much value over these 21 days. I walked my audience through so many epiphanies, and I really grew a deep, intimate relationship with these people. And then I basically went, well, see you later at the end. Little like pat myself on the back and try to launch the challenge and do it all over again. That's when it hit me. If you run a challenge as a challenge, you'll be stuck in the launch hamster wheel. But if you run it as an infinite cash flow accelerator, which is one of the 3 types of cash flow systems that I'm going to share with you later in this video, you can be making high ticket sales on autopilot. I didn't take that opportunity to ascend the relationship to the next step. So it's kind of like when you're in those initial dating stages with someone, you're courting this person, you're developing a great relationship with them, and if you want a second date with them, you ask them, you don't ghost them. I had to learn this the hard way. I have paid coaches over $100,000, but I've also paid the opportunity cost of making mistakes like this, and now I'm teaching this to you so that you don't have to. But here's the thing. Most people do it this way. Most people do it wrong, at least the first time, because they're busy thinking they're running a challenge. When you run it as a cash flow system, or more specifically, a cash flow accelerator, every day of your challenge is an event with a sales message, not just a content drip. A sales event, not a content event. One that your audience is hanging off your every word. And that's when this turns into something special with infinite cash flow potential. So for 21 days, your audience is captivated like no other course or program out there. And there's a lot of people that buy courses and never even open them. Maybe you're guilty of that as well. No judgment. I've totally done that too, but not with a challenge. Here's why. Every day, you're releasing this content that isn't just dripping out content, it's story selling. It's creating emotional shifts. Remember that people have to invest emotionally before they're able to invest financially. And we do all of this on purpose. There are actually 7 frameworks that we intentionally install into your cash flow accelerator. Like FOMO, you know what FOMO means? There's this subconscious FOMO, fear of missing out, that we've installed into our challenge. And because during these 21 days, everyone's going through it together, everyone's following along, they don't want to fall behind their peers. And there's also some little healthy competition installed. We also create a whole gamification system and incentives to not only get them to participate, which of course creates the engagement, but when you do this right, you have testimonials and social proof results like flying in every single day. They're getting so many wins. There's no doubt or resistance to taking you up on your high ticket offer when the time comes. I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I'm actually going to break down all 7 installations that you need to turn your challenge into a cash flow accelerator in a few minutes. What I'm saying is you can't just drip out content and expect your audience to naturally ascend. You need the story selling, the gamifications, incentives, our FOMO plan, bonuses, urgency, scarcity, and an irresistible open cart calendar. All these things that at that time, I didn't know I needed. So I created them. And they 10x'd our results. And I'm not even exaggerating when I said to you that I left $100,000 on the table by not doing this right. So let me give you a little before and after here. Before using this as a cash flow accelerator, the first challenge we did, we made $17,545. That's pretty cool. Look what can happen when you do it wrong. Like, done is better than perfect, but look at what happens when you actually do use the Infinite Cash Flow Accelerator framework. The second time we ran the challenge, we made $175,000. The difference was I learned how to use it to sell high ticket. You know the big relief that was? Like knowing that we had basically cracked the code. We'd figured out how to execute this in a way that allows us to make this entire challenge evergreen and earn this kind of cash flow from it every single month. I can take what worked, tweak what needs to be optimized, and then do it again. And when this happened, like I was in shock. I knew that our challenge was good, but to see how easy it was to sell into our high ticket without even having to get on a sales call or spend a ton of money on ads. From there, I wondered if I could automate it and turn it evergreen and repeat the process to see what would happen if I could optimize it even more. So that's exactly what we did. And the next month, we made $100,000. And the month after that, we did it again. And the month after that, we did it again. Like, I hear the angels singing. After exhausting months of the feast or famine, the launch hamster wheel, the anxiety of not knowing where the next cash flow would be coming from, this became the answer. And not that it's set it and forget it, it's absolutely not, but it's optimize, rinse, repeat to keep increasing those results over and over again. Now, I want to remind you that when we launched this challenge, I didn't actually have all the techie automations or the lofty email sequence or the fanciest sales page. We didn't have any of that. We just knew that we'd made great content for the challenge itself. We knew what we wanted to then ascend our challengers into, and that was about it. Like we were working with what we had at the time. And we still got crazy results like this. And this is where things got really fun. Like now we have a fancier sales page, we've optimized our email sequence, and we've turned the Infinite Video Impact Challenge into the amazing program that it is today. And because we've optimized and refined our challenge, we know exactly what works. And I want to give you all of my done for you resources that I've used to create this. So make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. I put out videos like this every single week to help you scale your audience and ROI and sell high ticket consistently. All of this happened because of the change we made going from thinking of it as a challenge to thinking of it as an infinite cash flow accelerator. This was the change that allowed us to truly scale. And I'm going to teach you how to create these automated cash flow systems to ascend your audience from hello to high ticket, bringing in consistent new clients into your $5,000 to $20,000 program every month. And thanks to the system, new leads come in every single month through our content machine like clockwork. And it really is like a machine because then they experience this indoctrination engine. So as your audience spends more time with you, they're getting that emotional shift. They're getting new epiphanies and logical takeaways. And most importantly, new habits. How long does it take to form a new habit? Some say 21 days. So they're learning over this 21-day challenge these new habits and skills, but they're also installing the habit of consuming and engaging with your content. They've already installed this behavior into their lifestyle to be part of your community and trust you as the expert to learn from, meaning your relationship with them isn't over when the challenge is. So during the 21 days, you're bringing your audience along a sales journey. You've broken down your curriculum or strategy or methodology into those smaller bite-sized pieces that you drip out over 21 days, but you also insert the thought-provoking questions, the tactical applications, open loops, and epiphanies that give them the content they came for, provide them the community they're now connected to, and is now planting seeds for the next step of your movement. I've developed this system that works, and it is way easier than a lot of other sales methodologies available. Like there's no hard selling, just problem solving. So they go through these 21 days, they build these habits, they get in the habit of consuming your content every day, and they're already wanting your high ticket program before you even pitch it to them. This is so important though. I really want you guys to understand this. You need your 7-figure cash flow design and ascension model in place if you really want to turn your challenge into an infinite cash flow accelerator. Because now that you have the basics of this formula, you can dive even deeper by either joining my challenge to see how we do it, or you can come to my free private training where I'll break down the 7 essential elements that you need inside of your challenge to turn it into a cash flow system for your business. And I'm actually going to give you access to my highest performing, most revenue generating campaigns that you can just plug and play into your business to maximize lead generation and sales. So click the link in the video description below to attend my Hello to High Ticket training. Stick around to the end of the video to find out how even and this is the same system that I use to enroll